Hello everyone and welcome to Manor Lords, a strategy town builder, slightly Total War-esque game, which I think is something that I would really like. I'm surprised I missed it when it originally came out. It was something that on my list that I was going to have a look at and just didn't get around to it, unfortunately. But we're going to have a look at it now. I've played around for about 45 minutes, give or take, so I know a little bit about what I'm doing, but in the grand scheme of things, probably not much. And who do you want to go as? We could go as Joffrey from Game of Thrones, Varys from Game of Thrones, Jon Snow from Game of Thrones, and so forth. I think we'll go as this guy here, just because he has an excellent moustache, and that seems like a fun one to do. And I don't think his name will be Indres. He is going to be Marmaduke. Why Marmaduke? Well, it's a name that is part of Clan Somerville, which is a noble family up in Scotland, which I am very distantly related to. And this is the best I could do to try and get their logo in the game. So I thought we would give that a go. It's by no means close, but I thought we could give it a go. And we are going to go for a domination victory. You can also go for kind of a prosperity victory, but I think domination is probably the one which we are going to go for, because that seems like the best way forward. Yeah, let's begin. And let's see how we can do here. I love the art style, I love the music from this period as well. And there seems to be a lot of love and care from the developer into this game. So for me, that's worth having a look at this game and worth spending some time in this, even if it is only in early access. As you can see, we start with pretty humble beginnings, just a little tent here. So, victory condition of dominance. Build up your town, your manor, and when ready, press claims towards regions owned by your opponent. Once the claim has been pressed, be ready for battle. So if I go out to the map, you can see we are based down here. Interesting. They also already seem to own 2 regions, which is hardly ideal. Let's pause for a second. In Manor Lords, families need food and fuel and roofs above their heads to survive. Okay, so let's go back to our starting area. We seem to have got ourselves a little bit lost. Okay, back over to here. There's our few tents. So, what do we need to do first? You want to think about wood production. Yes, every region in Manor Lords has strengths and weaknesses. I think we can skip the rest of the tutorials. We should be able to make this work somehow. So we've got to start off with a logging camp, because as with most of these games, we always need some starting wood. So I think that will be important. We will turn it around somewhat. We could put it over. I'm just trying to think where the rest of our general resources are. Some berries here. So if we put a wood camp, here, that shouldn't be too bad, because we'll probably head over that way anyway eventually. We also will want a woodcutter's lodge for firewood. That's going to be important. But let's get some roads down first. We can put some roads down here on a little bit of a straight path across. There we go. Luckily we don't pay anything for said roads. We get time to take it along because it takes them a little while to get the process started. And we will get ourselves a firewood camp, because that's very much needed for us to be able to actually, survive. At the moment we're in, the nice bit of summer, possibly even spring. We're in March, so we're in spring, but winter, of course, will become tough now. We do have a berry deposit nearby, and we've got a pretty big clay deposit as well. got wild animals, but they're a long way away, as is our iron deposit, so it's not perfect in terms of growing, in terms of getting more food. But we can at least get a forager's hut down here. I just want to not, I need to not destroy any of these things here. We also seem to be on a hill, which is hardly ideal. Let's make the road a little wider, or at least a little longer. So we can join onto the old bit of road and keep going forwards a little bit. Excellent. So we can have some of our basic industry over in this area. We'll go there. And we did destroy berry bush in the process, unfortunately. That's okay. And we'll also get a road over the other way as well. We do seem to... This hill might prove problematic for us, we'll have to see. We'll build a road over from these tents across. Although that's not... It's not perfectly straight, but we'll use this as kind of our crossroads, our centre. And we're going to want to start thinking about houses, because the only way we can get more families are by having enough burgage plots, which are like houses for people to live in, and having positive approval ratings. So that's what we want to bear in mind. We'll speed up time slightly. We're also going to want to build some logistical things. So we're going to want a storehouse. It can go there. As you can see here, we've got exposed goods. And we're going to need a granary as well. So we're going to have a storehouse and a granary on this side here, because that's quite close to our industry. And over this side here we can have more of our housing. I think that would be wise. Logging camp is up and running, and what we do, we assign families. You can see up here we've got 5 families. And this, I think, is our enemy, Hildebolt von Bernlut. I've heard your renown. I only seek to defend my rights and my honour against those who would wrong me. I will not judge me by the rumours and slanders that some may spread about me. Fine, we'll get to you in a bit. So the logging camp is up and running. And the woodcutter's lodge is also in the process of being built. But we only have one ox here, Fritz. And he's the one who has all the wood. Or he's the one that can carry the wood. Because, you know, he's an ox. So until that point we kind of have to wait. And unfortunately we are on a hill, which I think will make things a little bit more difficult for him as well. But this will be important to get our stuff up and running. And then I'm going to want to start thinking about residential plots, but this requires logs. So we'll put 2 families in the logging camps for now, just so they can get wood up and running. We don't have much food or fuel at the moment, but we're working on that. And actually we'll be able to start seeing more of the land as the trees are cleared. And what's really cool, I think, is that you can come down and actually just walk around in your town. And how cool is this? Morning, peasant. Your lord is having a look around. Lord might be a little bit much. We are just 3 tents and a hovel at the moment. But I'm sure we'll grow to great things. In time, anyway. So, let's speed up time again. We of course want to think about farming. And we want to probably grow that, well, fairly soon. I don't know if we'll be able to get a crop in this year or not. Because let's have a look actually our, if we construct over here, and I want to have a look at first of all our water. Yeah, we've got a bit of okay, water's going to have to be over this side, that's fine. What about barley fertility, rye fertility? Got plenty of rye fertility. We've got general fertility over this side, so we'll probably want to put our farms over there. We'll assign one family to the granary just to get things stored. We'll take one family off here. One family can go, I guess, over to the woodcutter's lodge when that is built. Let's put the forager's hut up onto high construction priority, because I feel like we could do with some of that. We need a market area as well. We can do that. Question is, where do we want this market area to be? We need to get a well down. Well can go. Well can go there. That's fine. We can put the market over here, but we want it to be relatively close to the building. We want it to be relatively close to where all the houses are going to be. So I wonder if we're actually better off putting it somewhere a little bit closer. Administration. I don't need a settlers camp. Wells finished. Excellent. Just trying to remember where we get the market from. Hunter's camp, forager's hut, apiary. Well, let's assign some to the woodcutter's lodge. Start getting us some fuel. We'll take some off the storehouse. I think that's generally okay. We'll keep the granary moving though, because we want the bread to be good. We'll put some in the forager's hut. Excellent. I do need to find out where we get this market area from. I've completely forgotten. We want to be working on a church at some point as well. There's the marketplace. Marketplace can go here. So there. We've just got to think about a big enough space for our market. It's enough for 21 locations. That should be plenty size enough. And it's also near our well, which is by no means a bad thing in case there is a fire. And we'll start working on some burgage plots, i.e. houses. We want to build these big enough so that people can actually have any kind of backyard industries. The problem is, because we're building this on a hill, I think we might struggle. We'll have to see. We'll put a plot down here. Okay, they can get an industry in there. Excellent. So we'll put down a burgage plot there. We'll see if we can fit another one in over the other side. This will be a big pig burgage plot. I'm not sure we need it to be that big, really. I'm trying to make this work with the terrain we've got, which isn't perfect. It's not ideal in the slightest, actually. I wonder if we are better off dismantling this well and moving it somewhere else. I think we'll do that. We'll see if we can get a better burgage plot here. Although we won't be able to, because this wood will be in the way. So we'll wait for that to be moved. And we'll move our well somewhere else. But we do need to get a few more roads down to do so. Problem is, we don't really want to go through the middle of this camp here, which we can't really demolish at the moment. But we can increase the roads this way. That's fine. We'll put the well further back. It feels like it doesn't need to be as close to the town centre as perhaps I thought. We can focus on getting the burgage plots down. So we'll speed up time again. We're still in March. We might be able to get some crops down if we're lucky. But I do need this wood moved out of the way. Hopefully Fritz will move that log soon. We do have our first burgage plot down. We also have first couple of markets down. So we've got a food stall and a firewood stall. Excellent. Because our families will set up stalls at the market. And you'll see that once this first house is built, these families will have needs that we will have to look after. Okay, we can get another burgage plot here. Let's see how many more of these we can make. This is gonna be a weird house. This one. We'll build that one. It's gonna be a weird burgage plot, but that's okay. I'm sure the rain isn't ideal either. We'll probably want to move this hitching post if we can. Yeah, relocate it. We'll move it over somewhere. I think we'll move it there. Can I move the homeless people tent? No, I can't. That's unfortunate. Oh, it's absolutely tipping it down in Ruth. Yeah, goodness me. Right, so let's see if we get another plot down here. Problem is they are just in the way here. I'd love to be able to move them if I could. We'll just have to. I'll have to have this burgage plot slightly further back, maybe. Fine, that'll have to do for now. And we will just have to move the roads kind of around these guys. Yeah, we can go to there for now. Build some additional road. And we've got a couple of burgage plots running. So these people need a few things. They need access to water, access to their god, fuel, food and clothing. And the rain has finally stopped. Excellent. Once we get rid of this homeless people tent, this will make things a lot simpler. So we just need to get one more burgage plot down, which we'll put over here. There we go. It's not a perfect science by any means. We'll get those built, and then that should get rid of our homeless people tent, and we can make this a little bit more happy and organised. It seems it's a little bit off kilter at the moment. That's okay. A few people are still waiting for houses. Yeah, homelessness is causing a bit of a happiness issue, and we're not going to be able to get more families in until we have got everyone in houses and probably a little bit more food as well. If we wanted to build a church, what's that going to require? It's going to cost wood, specifically wooden planks. And for that I believe we need a certain industry building. We're going to need a... hang on, I've got a gathering here. I'm going to need a saw pit, which I could build over here in the rest of our industry, which wouldn't be a bad thing. Not that the problem is we don't have a family to run this building at the moment, but we have a development point. Excellent. Now what do we want to do with this? We could go for something like apiary, which would give us honey, so an extra food source. My problem being with that is that we don't have a family at the moment to look after them. Go for a charcoal kiln, so we could go for like industry somewhat. We could go for apple orchards, but they take 3 years to even come into full growth. That feels like a little bit silly. Could also go for some other carts here. Wouldn't be a bad thing to do. We'll probably will take the apiary just to get honey in the future. Should be useful. We've got a new message. Armament delivery. A strong militia is paramount to the survival of any settlement. Luckily a ship of weapons has just arrived, and you'll now be able to create your first militia banners to serve you and protect your people. However, we will need more weapons to equip all of the people as the settlement grows, either by making them or importing them from other lands. Okay, we don't need to do that just yet. I think we've got probably bigger priorities to work on. Let's try to get this road issue fixed. These guys are just going to have to connect into the road as such, I think, unfortunately. There we go. So they're a little bit further back, but that's okay. And I would actually build a couple of extra properties, a couple of extra burgage plots, in an effort to attract some people to the area. Okay, that's too small. That feels massive, that one. Maybe it's because of the... Maybe it'll be because we're on the hill. Let's have a look. That feels ginormous. I feel like we could make that a little bit smaller. If we go outwards like this, it's still too small, fine. I think being built on the hill is causing a few problems, so we'll try over here instead. That's more like it. We'll build a couple more over here. And we'll keep the roads going on. Just so we can attract a few other families in terms of living space. I think that'd be good. And we'll get the roads going along as well. So we'll build this. And we'll get them. We'll get everyone connected in. It's a little bit funny how we've had to do it, just because of the homeless camp we had in the way. We might reserve this spot for the church, or perhaps the castle. I say a castle, the Lord's Manor, I should say. How are we doing now in terms of stuff? We've got 15 months of food, 8 months of fuel. Okay. Popularity, having additional benefits there, which is good. I'm going to build an apiary now that we can do so. Here we go, apiary. Get some additional honey for the populace here. And we'll see if we can slot in another road down here. It's through the middle. It seems like I can't quite make it fit, unfortunately. Can I fit one through here instead? No, it requires us to go all the way around, which seems a little silly, perhaps. Can't quite make it work. Fine. What we'll do then, we'll extend this road here further down, and we'll build the apiary down the bottom here. Let's make sure I've actually got the apiary fit here. We need we need planks. Fine. Well, how's this? Okay, the saw pit's underway. As soon as the saw pit is done, we can get someone in there. Because we are gonna need it there. We are gonna need planks going forward. So we'll put a family in there purely just to get some planks down. The problem is we can't make any. If you have no unassigned families, no one can do any building. So something you have to something you have to bear in mind, I find. Okay, we've got some planks now, so come off that. Go back to there. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get a crop in the ground in time. We'll get the apiary down. I could put the apiary down here, actually, by the trees. We'll do that, actually, because that will just help in general, I would say. We now have positive approval ratings, so I'm wondering if we'll be able to get some additional families coming in. I'm just thinking about other bits we have. We've got a clay deposit down there. I'm trying to remember what we can actually use clay for that would be useful. I can make clay tiles. Could be very useful indeed. We are going to need to give these people clothing, and I'm just wondering what's the best way to do that, because our nearest animal area is a very long way away. I wonder if we can cheat the system slightly. If I build a burgage plot here, it's too steep to build. If I build this, that's going to move the wild animals would have migrated, so we'll demolish the house. Where are they migrated to? Oh, they migrated much closer. Thank you, wild animals. That's really useful of you. Thank you so much. That's incredible. Because the reason we want wild animals is because we want to be able to we're going to want to make clothes for our population. As you can see here, they require church, clothing, store supply, etc. So we need to think of a way to do that. And one of the ways we can do that is via getting a hunting camp down. That will also provide us not only hides of leather, but also meat, which will provide extra food. I can't keep them naked, Whiskers. As you can see here, they require clothes because they're fussy peasants. Sadly. I'm so glad we managed to move the wild animals closer. The iron deposit, though, unfortunately, is going to have to probably stay up there. I'm not sure we'll be able to move that along. But, it's progress. It's definitely progress. It's time to get along. As I said, I'm not sure we'll be able to get anything in the ground in time. We're in May now. Because we've got to get a farmhouse down. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to get harvest down for this season, to be honest, but we can plough and sow crops in the autumn. That might work in our favour. Okay. Do we have any additional families here yet? No, we don't. Is the apiary up and running now? It is. Fine. We'll put someone in here because that's going to help with our market food variety. And hopefully we'll attract another family or two in. We'll have to see. Problem is because all of our families now have rather important jobs. Now why can't you find anything here in the apiary? Okay, it looks like you're on the way to doing something, that's fine. Aha, we have a new family moving in. Excellent. The forager's hut. Have we got through all the berries? No, there's still berries growing here. Okay. We have a new family moving in, so they can work on construction, which is excellent. What do we need for a church? Because I feel like the church, that's something we could work on fairly imminently. It's going to be under residential. Yes, wooden church. We need more planks. Fine, we'll get more planks. That's not a problem. We don't have anyone in the saw pit at the moment. Hopefully we will in future. In fact, once we've got everything built, we'll get someone in the saw plank. There we go. Get someone cutting down some more planks. Okay. We got rid of those houses there that we used just to get rid of the deer in the area. We've had some wood stolen by nearby bandits. That's a good point actually. Where are the nearby bandits? Goodness me, our stone deposit and our iron deposit are absolutely miles away. Where are our local bandits? Another dog has crawled here. It's a pleasure to meet you. Here you go. It's a pleasure to meet you. Send. I can't imagine they'll be all too, you know, happy in their response, but it's better than nothing. Our stone deposit is so far away and we are going to need it. We may be better off trading for him. There's pretty good iron and stone deposits down here, as well as up here actually. So we may want to claim that in future. Hot local bandits in my area, absolutely. I haven't found where the hot local bandits in my area are. I'm sure I will in future. Deforestation killed berry bushes, that's unfortunate. Is there nothing you guys can... Yeah, you're gathering berries. I'm not sure what the problem is. You're gathering berries, that's fine. You're still gathering food. We're going for wood now. I think we're doing okay. So a little bit more planks. As soon as we've got like 20 planks, we'll pause there. Because we're going to need... There we go. Going to have to juggle around our families somewhat here. Let's get a church down. Can the church go here? It can, amongst all the lovely families. Excellent. The church is obviously a big central area for medieval towns and villages, so it is important it's near kind of the central area where a lot of the people are congregating. So near the houses, near the markets. That seems like a somewhat sensible idea to put it there, I would say. Right. Just keeping an eye on the weather because we will want to put some crops down for next year, I would say. How are you guys doing here? We're working on church and then we're going to work on clothing. We could of course buy clothing, but that's going to be problematic. We're actually getting stuff from the apiary here. I hope we're getting stuff from the apiary because we're going to need the benefits of the food coming from there. Here we've got bread, berries and honey. Excellent. Ooh, our berries are growing somewhat low. Go to our forager's hut. We might want to... We're going to pause... We're going to pause on the berries because they're seasonal and we need time to go, they need time to grow. So we'll put them onto the food instead. That's fine. Onto the hunting, I should say. So no berries, but we will have other things instead, which will be useful. New mercenary companies available. It's not that useful to me. And we've got an extra family now. Excellent. We also want to build a cloth industry, or a tanners, I think it's called. There we go, tannery. That's going to produce leather. We want it to be relatively close to our meat, or kind of our meat producers. so that we can produce clothes quickly. I think that will work well. We'll also get a couple more burgage plots down. Can we get another burgage plot down here which isn't a silly size because of the terrain? That'll do. We'll just keep on working on some more burgage plots. And they don't need to be that wide, I would say. That'll do. It's not perfect by any means, but it's better than nothing. How's the church coming along? Let's put that up onto... Oh, we need stone. Do we have stone? I don't know if we have I don't think we have enough stone. The stone is... hang on. We've got... I think we had the stone initially, so we're just going to transport the stone over. In fact, I think this lady is doing so right now. Yes. Huithril is coming over with some stone. Carrying it on her back. Poor woman. Approval rating is still not perfect, but it's okay. Let's have a look at the food store, see what they're selling. Still got some honey there. Speaking of which, storehouse, granary. Do we still need things in the granary? It's probably not a bad idea. We'll put one group of people here in the storehouse, but I think they can actually... They can probably do more useful things, that's fine. We'll get the tannery up and running as well, in terms of highest construction. We'll put that down to... where have I gone? We'll put that down to... not highest, but high. Very high. Because I want the church to get built. The church feels important. And we've got a couple of more burgage plots on the way, but they can just be built kind of at any point. That's less of a priority for me, I would find. But the church is nearly done. In fact, what we're going to do, we're going to go visit our church. Look at this. Well done, chaps. Can I go inside the... I want to go inside the church. No, I can't go inside the church. Can I at least look inside the church?
Hey, you! No slacking off!
Did this peasant just tell his lord to stop slacking off? You, sir, are going to be put to death when we have an executioner's block. Not that we have one yet. So you're lucky. What's your name? Oi, come here. You there, in the green and white. What's his name? I know he's near the church somewhere. Peter. Peter, I'm going to remember your name. And at some point I'm going to come back and execute you. Because you told your lord to stop slacking off. Ridiculous. It's a nice little church. Obviously rather basic, but that's what most churches would have been back then. Would have been just quite kind of basic wooden huts. But that's fine. We can also assign someone to the church. I'm not sure what that actually does for us, though. It might just provide more happiness, but I feel like we've got better things we can do with some of our people. How's the berry deposit doing? Could be better. But I think we've got plenty of berries in the storehouse. We've got plenty of berries, so that will see us through for the time being. Of course, at some point we will need to put down like taverns and stuff. And we will need to start thinking about combat as well at some point in the near future. We still don't particularly know where the bandits are. Request funds. No, can't do that. Wild animals. I'm not sure. They may not have even spawned in yet, to be honest. Fine. Tannery is constructed. Excellent. So we're going to put a family in there straight away because that should give us clothes. It's not going to be very excellent clothes, and unfortunately once we upgrade these burgage plots they can get fussy and require stuff like hats and shoes. Even though they already have hats and shoes, but they're going to require like more specific stuff because, you know, they're plebs. But once we upgrade them to the next level of burgage plots, we can actually start to earn some money off them, which would be excellent. Be very useful indeed. And we've still got good approval. Now I want to go back to buildings. I want to have a look at barley fertility. There's a good fertility plot down here. So I'm keen to maybe build a barn house or a farmhouse down this part of the world. Hunting camp, forager's hut, apiary. Obviously farmhouse we might need some stone. And that only requires 3 wood, that's fine. So we'll get one of you guys down. We're going to need to extend the road somewhat from here, that's fine, we can do that. Thankfully that doesn't actually cost us anything. Right, we'll get the farmhouse down here because I want to start farming. I feel that is important. We will also need a windmill and stuff in future. But for now we'll get a field down. And from memory it's got to be about 1 Morgan. That's kind of the best size we can go for at the moment. Is this 1 Morgan? That's about half a Morgan, fine. If I go here, still not quite as big as it should be. So if we go, let's say here, down to here, this might be about 1 Morgan's worth. Just got to get ourselves about the right size. That's a Morgan. Let's build that. And we do need to work on crop rotation basis. So we're going to plant wheat. No, it'll be fallow this year because we're taking in the harvesting season now. And then we'll go into wheat. We'll do double wheat for now. See how that goes. We do need some more families to come in yet, though. How's the clothing coming along at the tannery? Clothing store. We now have a clothing store. Excellent. Which means we can start upgrading some of these burgage plots, which will generate us some wealth. So as we get more logs, we'll upgrade these burgage plots to earn us a pretty paltry amount of income, but it's better than nothing. We can also give these people these little backyard plots, which we're probably going to save for kind of little smithies or people making weapons or armour or so forth. But speaking of armies, let's work on getting a spear militia down. Definitely missing some recruits. So I could rally, but rallying would severely hurt the economy. So that's not a wise thing to do, really. So for the time being, we'll leave it off. But we at least have a retinue ready to go. Sorry, not a retinue, a levy. But levying people will take a lot of people away from their jobs, so that's not something we want to. Not something we want to be doing lightly, in all honesty. Right, let's start upgrading some more of these areas once we have enough logs. We seem to be struggling a little bit for logs at the moment. Wondering why that might be so. Do we need another? We might need another ox. Hitching post. Can I order another ox? It's 20 gold. I've ordered another ox. We do need to provide them. I'm going to upgrade the stable. Because if we've ordered another ox, that's going to be important. So we're going to make that of highest priority. I'm just hoping the extra ox will help us going forward. So we'll get that built. We've ordered another ox. I don't know where the extra ox is. We do now have a small stable. After placing an order, a livestock merchant will come to your town and deliver the animal. Thomas! Hi there, Thomas. I think you might be our new ox. I think that's it anyway. We all need iron. So let's start the process of going up there. It's just so far away to get up to this deposit. I wonder if we're better off just trading for it, because it's just going to take people so very long to get there. Same with our stone. It is a rich deposit, which is obviously useful. But it's just such a long way. It's very hard to justify kind of such a thing. So let's start thinking about trade then. We're now into August. It's not a marketplace we need, it's a... Hang on, where is it? It's going to be... Tavern, food cart, marketplace. Just got to remember where it is. Field, pasture, sheep farm, windmill, communal oven. Trade, that's what I'm after. Trading post. Where do I want to put this trading post? We can put it here near the farm, actually. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea in the slightest. I think we do now have 2 oxen, if I recall correctly. I'm hoping that will just help our economy move forward slightly. Although here it says we've only got 1 oxen. But I swear we had Thomas and Fritz now. Or Fritz and Thomas. Either way around. We do need some more families, really. Okay, speaking of which, we just had a new family move in. Excellent. Okay. And we are starting to earn a little bit of money from our level 2 village plots, which is excellent. But I do want to get my farmhouse up and running. That is important. We'll assign a family there. And then they're hopefully going to go start ploughing the field when it comes to September. It's harvesting, ploughing and sowing crop season. Hopefully that will work in our favour. How's this trade post coming along? Ah, yes, we do now have 2 oxen. Excellent. I'm hoping that's going to really help just things move along that little bit quicker. You are now level 2 burgage plot. As you can see, we've got some new things we have to deal with. They want a small stone church, a tavern, so a steady supply of ale, and slightly more fancy clothing. So we've given them leather, but they want either shoes, clothes, or cloaks. Now, if we go to industry, I'm trying to work out what are the important things we need here. If we go to administration, industry, these might just be backyard industries though, that's the problem. Smithy, clay furnace, malt house, tannery, dyer's workshop. So they convert berries into other bits, gotcha. I can make one family into kind of artisans as far as I remember. Yeah, construct a backyard extension. I can make a tailor's workshop. Enables production of clothes, cloaks and gambesons. I just can't remember how or what we need for such things. I imagine we need dyes. So there's a few things we need to work on, but probably first things first, we want to increase our economy before we start thinking about trying to upgrade our level 2 burgage plots any further. Most of us are still, most of the people are still in level 1 burgage plots. Why is the logging camp having so many issues? We're going to give them another family, because I think that's important. We do need family for construction work, I know, but we'll have to make it work. We've also lost some iron, some tools, sorry, I should say. Right, let's upgrade more of these houses to level 2. I'm guessing it's because we've got all the trees nearby have been taken away. So we might want to get a forestry hut down. It wouldn't be a bad thing for us to do. Just got to find a spot so that we can actually sneak in a new road. It might have to come across like this. I'll have to get a forestry area down. Not that we have enough logs to do so. If we can, we'll try to get them to auto-snap to the roads. Doesn't seem to be proving very effective. We will... I guess we can snap it onto here. We don't have a family to become a forester at the moment. Okay, our settlement level's increased. So now we can add some more things in. Some more development. Says we can produce apples, but it's such a long process to do so. But if it's an investment, we want to probably do it early on. Apple harvest happens around September every year. It's about now, isn't it? It is. Okay. You know what? We will... Oh, we can get wax from advanced beekeeping. We're going to take orchardry in the efforts for like a long-term plant wheat, please. Just get that started. I'm not sure what the process is, but we're now into September. So just start the process of getting this farm ready for harvesting. We'll see what happens. Okay, we've got an extra family here now, which is good. Right, how do we start our apple merchants? Or our apple growing, I should say. Just because I feel like if it's going to take 3 years, we want to probably crack on with that as soon as possible. Charcoal kiln. Apiary we've already got. Rogers huts, hunting camps. So how do we find these apple orchards? Construction. That's a mining pit. I don't know if I'm just being extraordinarily stupid. It is entirely possible. Field, farmhouse, pasture. Do I have to do it as one of these? I wonder. If I want to grow things, no, it's not there. So how do I grow apples? Very strange. Can also get a cute little shrine in. That's nice. But they do require a lot of space. I don't have any meaningful effect at the moment. I want to upgrade this church. We're going to need quite a few things. Now we can focus on getting some clay. That's not too difficult. What we need to do there is just continue the road onwards through to this clay deposit. And then we would go over to... I don't know really. Trade, no. Industry. That's clay to clay tiles. Needs to be refueled once a month. Okay, so we need a mining pit. I don't mind uprooting some trees. There's plenty of clay here, so we'll do that, and just make sure the roads fit as they should. And let's bring this across. Also, it can sometimes be a little hard to see in the trees, but it's fine. We might even be, given we got such a big clay deposit area, we might be able, even be able to sell some like excess. That could work pretty well, actually. Right, let's get more of these burgage plots up and running at a higher level. Feels fundamentally useful. You guys are going to struggle to get this crop rotation down in a good time. You've got to get this all planted by November. Fine. Forester's Hut, I'm not sure we need people inside at that moment. We don't really have the spare families to do so either. And we will also get another couple of baggage plots down, I would say. Doesn't need to be that big though. Kind of oversizing these things somewhat. That'll do. And we'll just make sure they've got roads connecting them. That's not how I want to do that, if I can help it. We will make sure everything is connected. Okay, we've got another family who's moved in. Excellent. We'll put one of them on. We'll put one of them in the forester's huts just to start regrowing some trees in the area. Just so hopefully our logging camp can become a little bit more efficient. Is the hope anyway. Looks like they're starting to regrow some trees here, which is excellent. Because I think they're needed. We're doing okay. We're managing. Let's keep on working on these baggage plots. Because this also gives us money. Money's useful for many, many things. Trade post is now up and running. Could order a new horse. Is there anything we have lots of? We've got plenty of... Yeah, we're struggling a little bit for like timber and wood at the moment. And maybe once we start getting clay down, we can sell that for a pretty profit. I'll have to see. How's the crop coming along here? It's coming along okay. We probably want to get another family in here as soon as we can. Because this poor lady is having to manually plough the fields. We could of course give her an oxen, I think, with an ability point, but we can't do that just yet. I also want to work on getting the Lord of the Manor's house down. But for that we're going to need a few more bits yet, I would imagine. Well, I think we'll leave things off there for now on Manor Lords. I do think, however, we'll come back and visit this a couple more times in a little bit of like a mini series. Not necessarily kind of on any regular schedule. Stronghold and Stellaris still take precedent, but I think it'll be fun to have a little bit of a further look at this game. It is still in early access. There's still a few things that need to be worked on for sure. You know, if you come up here, you can see that there's some bits locked off because it's early access, so work in progress. But it does still feel like we've only really scratched the surface. So I'd like to give it another couple of hours at least, just to really see how things go, and also maybe have a look at some of the combat and some of the more in-depth mechanics. But I think this is a good point to leave it off for the time being, and we will definitely visit this more in future. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.